fam, good morning. It is IVF start date appointment. I am currently in my car waiting on my husband to get here so we can go inside to sign our consent so he can get back to work. I'm excited. I think all they're doing today is consent, and then I think I'm going to do an ultrasound, talk to Dr. Gentry, and then go talk to the IVF nurse coordinator on how to do all of my meds. So meds start tonight. So I'm excited. My, I guess, withdrawal bleed / cycle did start. Not really cramping much, a little like irritation in my belly, but the bleeding is very minimal, a pad with barely anything on it. So not really a real cycle, which I'm glad about, but there is some spotting. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the ultrasound says. I don't even know what they're looking for, but we'll find out. I'll tap back in afterwards when I'm headed back home. All right, fam, so I am back. We are done with the appointment. It was very quick. We were in there maybe, I guess, 30 minutes, if that. So when we first went in, they had me give a urine sample. They had to do a pregnancy test, of course, to make sure that I was not pregnant. And then they did an ultrasound. They checked to see that my lining was thin and that my ovaries were quiet and there were no sizable follicles. Right and left ovary were both quiet. My lining was a 4, which was thin, how they wanted it. And she was glad that I had already started to have my bleed. And so after that, they had me go into the IVF nurses consult part-ish. Wasn't really consult, but like we went in, signed our consents together, me and my husband. And then she went over both how to do the gonal-F injection and how to do the Menopur. Which I kind of cut her short with the Menopur only because I've already done the Menopur before. So I really didn't need like a recap on it. So she just kind of went over the gonal-F and then she just showed me that I would do 1 cc but with 2 vials of the Menopur. And then I asked, main question I had was, did she want me to do them on both sides, the same side of the belly? And she was like, no, I could do however, but most people try to group them not too far from each other and just swap the different sides of the belly. So the plan is 2 vials of Menopur and 1 cc of the sodium chloride, and then 300 of the gonal-F. So I will do that for 4 days, and then Monday at 1:30 I will go see Dr. Gentry again, where I will get my ultrasound and my blood work again, and that's it. So she said after that I'll start seeing her every 2 to 3 days until it's time to trigger. So she said right now I didn't hear any numbers, but like next time I go to the ultrasound, I'll start to hear numbers as far as how the follicles are growing. So she said you might hear 2, you might hear 4, you might hear 6, and I'm doing it until I hear the numbers like 18 and 20. All right, I'll tap back in later.